Hi everyone, welcome back to another Melt in My Stash review. I've got a few candles here that I wanted to tell you about. I'm going to start off with the small candles. These are the 4-ounce candles. And this one is a white barn candle and it's in the fragrance Fireside. And this burned perfectly. I did not have to do anything to make this candle burn evenly. Only once it got to the end right down here did it start to kind of not burn evenly, but that wasn't a big deal because it had already burned down to the very bottom at that point. So I was really happy with it. Burned pretty clean, just a little bit of soot, but not a big deal on that. Really love the scent on this one. It was nice to melt this because I usually will just melt a marshmallow Fireside. So it was nice to kind of see what Fireside is all about on its own, and to just melt this candle. And I really like it because it's one of those manly scents, very mature, very much one of those kind of sexy scents, really strong cologne note. It's got lots of amber and sandalwood. Yeah, sandalwood in there, and so it really comes through. Now this is a 4-ounce candle, and so the throw was kind of a medium throw, but I noticed when I burned this one in my bathroom I got a pretty strong throw. So in the smaller spaces it really performed well. In the larger spaces I pretty much had to be in the immediate area where it was burning in order to smell it. But overall I'm really impressed with this one, and thank you LBD for sending this to me, and I will swap. This next one is from Bath & Body Works, and this is Espresso Bar, which I noticed is on the Bath & Body Works website. Yes, I was looking because the semi-annual sale has started, and I'm thinking about getting this one. If I can find it in the store, perhaps I'll get it. I really don't want to place an online order, but this one I really enjoyed. Once again, it burned cleanly. No problems with this. Didn't have to do anything. No tricks. Didn't have to wrap aluminum foil around it or anything like that. I just trimmed the wicks, lit the wick, and then, the candle just did its own thing, and it did it quite well. It burned well. It burned evenly, and the scent was so good. I love this one. I knew I was going to like this one when I smelled it on the cold sniff. I like the espresso scent of it, but I really like that chocolate. For me, the espresso kind of faded out after a while. I would say maybe about halfway down. Really couldn't smell very much espresso, but the chocolate, it was like a rich, creamy, dark chocolate scent. So I like this one. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get the 14.5 ounce of it. I've got two here from Yankee Candle, and this first one is a 3-wick candle. I love this one. I talked about this very briefly in another video, and it was burning wonderfully in that video, and it burned wonderfully the entire time that I had it melting. Clean burn. I did not clean this jar out. This candle just burned cleanly. There was no problems with it. I would love to get more of it. The scent was absolutely amazing, kind of intoxicating, a really strong herbal scent. If you're into the herbs like sage and basil, this is the candle to get. It throws like crazy. Why? Because it burns well. The wicks were in a really good quality wick, and this is a really wide opening, and so that scent just flowed out of this jar, and there was no limit. It had my entire open space smelling like sage and basil, which I love. I could even smell it beyond the open space, like down the hallway. So I was really happy with this, very impressed. Now the one thing about this candle is that it burns very quickly. And I remember I had another one of these in a different scent. It was blueberry scone or just blueberry. I don't quite remember right now. But that one also burned fast. Now, someone asked me about this candle when I showed it last time. And I'm going to just show you the label. And it says that this is called sage. Okay, but you also would smell basil, maybe a little woodiness, and maybe a little earthiness like the soil, perhaps, but a light scent of soil. But I don't know what the official name, I guess the official name is sage. But you only get about, let me see if I can get in close. If you look right there, it says 40 to 50 hours of burn time. So this one, I would say, yeah, I got about 40 hours of burn time. But it's a great candle. I recommend trying these. Okay, now back here I have a Yankee Candle. And this is the 22-ounce jar. Okay, and this one is Christmas cookie. Wonderful scent. Oh my gosh, it's so authentic. It smells just like a sugar cookie. It's got the buttery notes, very rich on this one. And it made me crave for cookies. Like, it was that good and that convincing, very authentic. Unfortunately, when it burned, I didn't get that same scent. Now, before I started burning this candle, and every time I took the lid off of the jar, I got amazing scent. It smelled just like a rich, sweet sugar cookie. When it started burning, the first burn, I could smell the sugar cookie scent if I was near the jar. The second burn, it got lighter, but I could still smell the sugar cookie scent or the Christmas cookie scent when I was near the jar. The third burn, it had faded considerably, and I could smell it, but now at that point I had to start leaning in to smell it. Fourth burn, I got mostly a waxy scent and a very light hint of the Christmas cookie scent. Every time after that, it smelled waxy. I could smell the sugar cookie when I leaned in. But it was a waxy sugar cookie or Christmas cookie type scent. I was really disappointed in the scent overall as it was burning. I thought I was going to get more. I was hoping for more, but you know, it's usually the same thing each time I melt these candles. It's just not an impressive throw. It burned very well up until one point. You know, every time I burned it, it burned even. It took a long time for it to form a wax pool, but I was patient with it whenever I could be, whenever I had the time. At one point, though, it seemed like it was not burning evenly, and I was left with quite a bit of wax along the sides, which you can probably kind of see here. And I took the aluminum lid and I put it on top, and then I also put this in a candle sleeve, and that kind of helped to insulate it a little bit, and it corrected itself. Overall, like I've said before, I will not purchase any more of these 22-ounce one-wick candles in this type of jar from Yankee Candle. I'm only interested in their 2-wick candles and their 3-wick candles. The performance was quite poor on this one for me. Okay, I've got two here. Both of them are 14.5 ounce in size. This first one is from Slatkin & Co. and it's in the scent Pumpkin Patch. This one is so good. I love this scent. For me, this is what it's all about. This is what pumpkin should smell like. I love how the brown sugar and the nutmeg come together and kind of kick things up a notch. It's really, really good. The nutmeg is spicy, but I enjoy nutmeg spice as opposed to cinnamon spice. I didn't really pick up on a whole lot of cinnamon here, but there is a spiciness that I think is kind of it's there, it's noticeable, but it's kind of tame, so it's not out of control. And I really enjoyed this one. Now, I never burned this candle. I had this candle on my 24-watt hot plate warmer each time, and it carried me through for quite a while. I melted this one a couple of years ago when I hosted Thanksgiving dinner, and then this Thanksgiving I went ahead, sorry it's not focusing, I went ahead and melted it again. Wonderful scent. There was a lot of scent left in the wax, so I had this melting maybe a day or two after Thanksgiving. The scent really lingered also, and I got a lot of compliments, so I was really happy with this one. Would love to get it again. I think the replacement for this is pumpkin carving, but don't quote me on that. This one is no longer available. I'm always looking for it though. Every season I look for it as though they're going to bring it back, when in reality I know that they're not. Okay, and then finally here is Pumpkin Cupcake from Bath & Body Works, 14.5 ounce. I didn't really like this one. I liked it initially on the cold sniff. It smelled so good on the cold sniff. It was really sweet. It had a nice cupcake scent to it, nice bakery scent. When it started melting, it seemed to change. Yeah, it seemed to change a bit, and so I didn't really care for it. It was still sweet, but I didn't really like the bakery in it. I got pumpkin, but it just wasn't to my satisfaction. I have another one in my stash. I don't think I'm going to keep it. So yeah, Pumpkin Cupcake. It was okay. Wasn't my favorite. I think there are others that I like better from Bath & Body Works, so I probably would not. I would not get this again in candle form. Also, the performance on this was quite poor. The wicks started drowning. One of the wicks actually extinguished itself, but it wasn't until it got toward the bottom. There was still a little bit of scent left in the wax, so I went ahead and put it on my hot plate warmer, 24-watt hot plate warmer, and it continued to scent the room. Now, that's why the wax is so smoothed over, because it was on my hot plate warmer. But overall, nah, I wouldn't purchase this again, but I'm glad that I tried it. Okay, everyone, well, thank you so much for watching another Melt in My Stash review. And let me see if I can get some hauls up. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.